Ladies and gentlemen, recovering emo kids, my name is Robb LaFoon. This is Emo Kids Anonymous. Today we have a great guest on the show. We're talking to Cheem. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not Keem, it's Cheem. I've been saying it wrong this whole fucking time, which just seems to be a common thing in my life. Now, we talked to Cheem about their new record, their new metal influences. We talk about DIY emo scene, fucking the benefits of the pandemic. A lot of fucking shouting out bands that I would not normally be shouting out because fucking Cheem is such an interesting fucking band. I cannot recommend this band or their record Power Move enough. But before we get to that, do me a favor, obviously, subscribe to this podcast. Follow us at Emo Kids Anonymous, emokidsanonymous.com, neveraphasenetwork.com, at neveraphasenetwork, all that. We got a whole grip fucking list coming out. And the Cheem record's on the list, okay? It's on the list. Go join our Discord, link in the bio, obviously. Last piece of business. Hopefully the audio on that regulates out. You know that 1 in 3 men just ignore their skincare routine in total, you know? Like, they don't fucking do nothing here. They think it's, I don't know. They don't have the time for it. They're using the same soap that they use on their fucking wiener and stuff like that on their face. I don't know. It's not adding up, fellas. But either way, save yourself some fucking time. Save yourself some fucking wrinkles. And save yourself some fucking being good looking with Protégé over there, the good boy protection for bad bros, okay? You go over to Protégé.com. This is an all-in-one face serum, okay? It's got retinol, it's got sunscreens, it's got all that good shit. It's not fucking greasy. It's great here. You go over to Protégé.com. You enter Emo Kids at checkout. And this shit, your first bottle here, first little tube, first little bottle of Protégé, a bottle of Protégé, bro. First bottle of Protégé, only $10. Emo Kids. Emo Kids at checkout, Protégé.com. Now, all that being said, here we go. This is my conversation with Connecticut-based band Cheem.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. I was just saying, sorry for the, confusion in times and stuff. I'm not much of a clocks or calendars individual. I kind of see these as, like, constructs. I don't know if I need to always be following.
You're good.
All good.
So I guess just let's get started here real quick to make up for some lost time here. Who is Keem? You know, who is the Keem team here? What is going on? You guys popped on my radar this year because I think an internet pal, Tori, tweets about you incessantly, and I was like, okay, I have to check this out. And my words to describe your band we'll get to, but just, to start off with, who are you guys? What do you do? I'm Rob.
Hello, I'm
Hey, Rob.
Skye. I play guitar and I sing in the band Cheem, and we have a really, really deep
Cheem. It's Cheem. I've been saying it.
We have a
Keem
deep rivalry with
time.
Keem. There's a band called Keem. They look exactly like us out there, and they're giving us a bad name. And I just want to set the record straight that we do not affiliate with Keem. Anything Keem does or says, it has no bearing on our viewpoints.
Guys.
But yeah, no, what's up? We're
Fascinating.
I hear
Fascinating. See, this is the problem of living in a world where there's no more like MTV or like traditional radio, because you'd kind of learn how to say these because they'd be said on like, TV or something like that.
That's true.
Like there was one recently, like the band Spitalfield. I've been saying it's Spitalfield for like 20 fucking years, and I guess I just didn't know.
Yeah, that was one I feel like I heard somebody say that before I like knew who that band was. And I was like, okay, I guess I had at least a precedent for that, but that's stuff where it's not like a real word that you encounter every day. You just go with your gut,
Right. You're really just kind of guessing. I had someone the other day give me shit there because Algernon. I was like Algernon Cadwallader, like, and they're like, if you can't say the name, you shouldn't be running an emo publication. I'm like, well, first off, that's big words to use for this show, but like, also I was like, brother, I can't say most words. That one's a fucking bitch. I still don't know how to say that.
Yeah, also, if you want you people to be able to pronounce your band name correctly, don't name your band Algernon Cadwallader. Pick something that's less than 7 syllables.
I think that's kind of on them.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? We're a 1-syllable band, and people still can't say it right.
Right? Yeah. Anyways, sorry for Cheem. It is.
It's all good.
So as you guys were saying, so when did this band start really? Because it looks like we've been around for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of started as like a high school project type beat. So it's sort of like I would say the modern iteration of Cheem, where like the sound that people associate us with and the lineup that we have now is like 2019 onwards. But prior to that, like we were still trying to like find our footing and find our sound and stuff like that. And the band itself started in like 2014, 2015. Like use with the
Damn,
name
okay.
Cheem. So we've been around for a minute, but I would say most people know us from like 2019 onwards. Like that's when it's like, okay, we got our drummer Sean is with us now, like our bass player Prince is with us now. Like that's we're in final form Cheem 2019 onwards. So that's usually what I tell people when they ask like when we got started.
Like we
Damn,
were a
okay,
band,
okay.
but were
So
we serious? Like we weren't seriously a band until 2019. That's kind of why we
yeah,
were
so
like,
like 2014 time, you guys are still in school then?
mm.
Like this is mainly like what are we doing, like pop punk covers and stuff or what?
Low key, yeah. I think the first show we ever played, we covered "Sugar We're Going Down," and Sam wasn't even in the band at that point. I was like somebody's backyard. So it was sort of a less, you know, I guess a rigid definition of like what the band should be, but it was definitely more emo, more
Yeah,
pop punk
just
back
kind
in
of
the day.
yeah. When you're in high school too, it's like yeah, if you play like one time out, it's like well you're in a
Yeah,
band, you'll play 2 shows all year. It's like well there's only so many bands here, just
yeah.
When did you guys start taking it like kind of start kicking in serious? 2019. What led to that?
I don't know. You want to
We
say?
made a mixtape.
Hmm.
It was called Cheem TV, and it was kind of like an experiment amount of sounds that we were really influenced by that really took us towards the new direction of the band. And I think like a lot of the influence that came into the band, like especially super early on, before we were really trying to figure out our sound, was we're really inspired by like R&B music, electronic music, obviously new metal, but taking that from a band that was like starting in the Midwest emo DIY scene. Um, so it's just like a whole throw up of sounds, and um, we were really tight with this band that we started with that you might know called Origami Angel, and
Of course, yeah.
they asked us to tour them for their album Somewhere City. So we got offered to open for them on their Somewhere City tour, and we really started to like actually play out and understand like, oh damn, like this is like actually something that feels like we could do it. Like we could see our friends doing it. Like why don't we try like doing what makes us happy as a band? And that kind of was like, yeah, it's a uphill from there, not downhill, uphill.
Right, yeah, yeah, that's a good start. That's a decent little fucking kickstart there. I mean, you mentioned Summer City. I'm like, oh yes, I'm familiar with what I'd consider the best emo record of the 2010s, probably. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Ryland came on the show. We just kind of fawned over him for like an hour. It was great. But that's wicked. Because when I listen to you guys, it's weird. It's like you guys give me this weird fucking feeling. Like I feel a lot of feelings when I listen to your band in ways that I don't with other bands, where it's just like this gives like I can feel like I'm in my room. I can see the PlayStation 1. I'm playing a PlayStation 1, not a PlayStation 2. I can like I'm playing not just wrestling games, but I'm playing this other game, 3 Extreme it was called. I don't know if you remember it all. It was like I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. You'd like ride like either like a bike or like a skateboard or like rollerblades or whatever. Like and it was pre Tony Hawk. Everything was just kind of like racing or like time based. You
Yeah.
know. And that's just like when I hear you guys, like I have this weird late, like not even late 90s, like very early 2000s nostalgia that kicks in. Like, where the fuck does this come from? Because I don't feel like you guys are really old enough to really have this nostalgia personally. Like, am I tripping? And you guys are just like really handsome 38-year-olds? Like, what's the
No,
deal
I
here?
mean, I think just having like, I don't know, everybody's got like older friends or older cousins or older brothers. Like there's an artist called Igloo Ghost who had a release recently that he described this way, where it's like older brother core, where it's like stuff that like when you're a kid and you hear it from like your older, people, not your peers, but like people you respect and whose opinions you like kind of idolize. Like it takes on this other like element where it's not just music anymore. It's like, no, this is like cool people music. This is like teenager
This is
music. You know
what
what I mean? This is
that's
sick.
so fucking
So trying
interesting.
to capture that in a way that pays respect to
Wow.
like the reverence that we have for a lot of genres and styles that I think people would consider not like that, like they don't get that much respect. Like new metal for me, it's like, oh, that was like the coolest fucking thing. Like my older cousin was listening to new metal when I was like 5, and that's like the first time I heard like Linkin Park and shit like that. So I'm like, this is great. Like this is so cool. And then you grow up and people are like, fuck that shit, man. New metal's cringe. And I'm like, what the hell, man?
And you're told it's not cool
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
So just that kind of stuff, like
Wow.
trying to, you know, give it its dues and like incorporate it into our styles and combine it with modern stuff and just like continue on like those genres never died out. You know what I mean?
You guys do it so fucking well. Like
Thank you.
seriously, more than I think any band that we like any band going now in general. Like it feels like something so like you pay very good respect to it that
Thank
way.
you. It
You
means
know
a
what I
lot.
mean? And you mentioned the older brother thing. It's like that's fascinating. Like I never had an older brother, but now I realize as an adult, like yeah, like I look at like the like Gen Xer people, like the way they are and the bands they like. I'm like, oh, that's the actually cool shit. You
Yeah.
know, it's not the shit from like when I was younger. Like that shit. The people my age are fucking corny. It's the people like 5 to 10 years older that like know what's up. You know, like that's it. That's very wild. So what are your new metal like influences here?
That's a great
Definitely
question.
Linkin Park is the biggest one. 311's pretty big for us. Other than that, like
Yeah.
a lot of Deftones, Korn, Limp Bizkit,
Incubus.
Incubus for sure. Anything else?
That's so fucking funny. Like I remember when I was like first listening to Power Move,
Yeah.
right? It came out October 24th, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
November
Oh,
14th.
November 14th, that's what it is.
November 14th. Okay. I
Yeah,
had
it
the
just
same mix
dropped.
up. I had the same mix up last week with a different. I keep thinking every record was October 24th and none of them were. But like, first off, like when you get to like on the first track, when you get the first like fucking turntable scratch, I just like I'm audibly like, what the fuck is this? And
Thank
it's
you.
like, yeah, I'm like, this feels like 311 at times. This feels like like this is like Fall Out Boy Incubus. Like, Sam, you have like a bit of a, I'm sorry, my co-host Amanda can be here because you have a bit of a Patrick Stump thing going on at times there vocally. Like, I'm just
Appreciate
like
that.
every combo of this, I'm like, I feel like I should hate this. Like on paper, like these names, I'm like, I don't like 311. I don't like, but it's like, I'm like, I love this so fucking much. Like it's so well fucking
Yeah.
done, you
We're
know?
we're we're
Like
a
it's
gateway
just
band for that kind of music, I think.
well, I was gonna say you're like the Gen Z yeah, yeah. If fucking I had someone I interviewed this band a couple weeks ago, Rec League, they're called. They're like teenagers, and the drummer mentioned Static X.
Yo.
And I mean, there's a very good chance he found Static X because he was into Cheem.
That'd be crazy.
Well, that's
I don't know,
crazy.
that'd be crazy.
Static X is sick.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
They're
you
like
guys
the
could very
quintessential new metal band that does the like
Oh, yeah, the poses.
the
you're the new
hands. Like,
pipeline. Yeah, you're gonna when people are making the YouTube iceberg videos, they're gonna have fucking Cheem at the top of them, bro. You're gonna be right there with Corn and shit. Y'all ever think about rocking like the Adidas tracksuits or anything like that?
We've worn some Adidas
Sean,
pieces. Maybe not the full tracksuit, but I had one of the tops that I used to wear on stage.
our
We
drummer Sean
want
has
something.
the Adidas tracksuit top, but we need to get the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta get the full one. It's tough too. Like you really gotta pull it off. You need like it needs like a bit of a shine to it. Otherwise, you kind of have that mafioso thing.
True.
Yeah. All that shit is
It
like so expensive now. Like gotta go on eBay and find like early 2000s Adidas Russian tracksuit and you'll be
I was
set.
gonna
But
say,
it's not in
yeah.
the stores.
No, yeah, or you can go on Amazon and get a fucking real booty one, but yeah, it's yeah, no, you guys deserve the high end shit. You know what I mean? As the current new metal trailblazer. What is the so when we're recording and like things live, like this is the most ridiculous question. I feel like things like the turntable stuff like that and things like added in there that kind of give it this new metal flair. Are these like studio tricks and studio like production stuff, and we're working on, in the studio, or is this things that we're also incorporating live as well? Like how different is the key or the Cheem? This is gonna take me a minute. I feel like this is
There's
like
an
a
adjustment
dead
period.
naming scenario. Yeah, there's a major adjustment period. It's like when the Chargers moved from San Diego to LA, Like how similar is the Cheem live show to the studio experience?
So do you want to explain the concept of the overdub track, I guess? Which we had to start calling it because sound guys would always keep it too low.
So we call it an overdub track. Many people may know it as a backing track. And it includes what we call the Cheem Layer, which is all of our electronic bits that are really crucial to the sound of our music. But you can't recreate all of that live.
Yeah,
There's
of
only
course.
5 of us on stage. I also want to add that Skye does all of our scratches. He just records that into like the Pro Tools project, and yeah, whatever he spits out is printed and on the record.
That's
So
so
shout
fucking
out to Skye
sick.
for learning how to become a
That's a
DJ.
dying
I
skill.
was gonna
Uh,
say yeah, shout out Skye. Yeah, no, that's why like, are the kids still fucking scratching records like this? I was like, did they bring someone in? I was like, I gotta
Most of
know.
them aren't. I had to teach myself. I gotta use DDJ 200 on like reverb, and I was just like, I'm gonna learn how to scratch. And then I just sat down with like beat tapes and samples and would just fucking rock with it for like hours until I got it down. And now I can just do it live. I don't do it live because I got guitar and vocals to worry about and shit like that. And we're playing tiny stages anyway, so yeah, a lot of that goes into the backing track. But we play live. We tell a sound guy we have a backing track. He's like, "Cool, I'm gonna turn that all the way down." It's like, so we started calling it an overdub track, just to make it so that it's like, okay, the
Just
audience
to
can
kind of
actually
like
hear it.
psychologically get it out of his head
Yes.
that it's like, okay, no, like, okay,
like turn it up as loud as the guitars.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of
right?
controversy about having backing tracks. I see it on Twitter all the time. And I want to publicly share our opinion on it. It's important for our sound to have that layer that we can't recreate on stage. And I think music is subjective, and the important part is the art of it all happening. So, God forbid a band needs to have a backing track on stage. It works for us. We make it happen, and I don't know.
It's not like there's a dude
Can I
on
swear?
stage fucking doing nothing at any given point. There's 5 of us. We're all going hard the whole time. Like,
I
we
was
need a
gonna say,
6th
and
guy.
like logistically speaking, like you're talking about the Cheem sound, like that's what I was saying is like there's so many fucking like little random things going on. Like logistically speaking, how the fuck are you supposed to recreate this on stage? Is there gonna be like 25 of you? Like,
If we were Slipknot,
it's just gonna
maybe.
be one guy with a laptop anyway. Like,
Fair enough.
People may want to have more of a raw experience when they're seeing a live band. And, there's bands for that. We are the exact opposite of that. We want to show you like the crazy, chaotic sounds that we have all buried within a Cheem set. We focus a lot on dynamics and having like emphases on certain sections, and having those backing tracks in the Cheemy layer is so crucial for us. So um if you judge us for it, well, they hate me because they ain't me.
yeah,
Oh,
right,
yes.
yeah. Let the haters fucking hate. Yeah,
Let
if
the
they hate,
haters
then let them
hate.
hate and
They
watch
don't
the
get
money
it.
pile up. Yeah, that's what fucking 50 Cent said. Yeah, no, like you're saying, if it's crucial to the sound, and it's not like it's some fucking that's the whole band. Like, I like as I got older, I like like when I was younger, I was maybe like super fucking anti tracks or this or that on some grandpa shit. Then it's like, okay, like it's because I'd still have exceptions. Well, it's okay when this band does this or that, for this part that obviously you can't recreate. Then it's like, unless you're like, I mean, if you're running like, there's if you're a 4-person band and you're running like 6 guitar parts and your only guitarist up there is fucking playing, the chords while the lead parts and the harmonies, that's a different story. But like you're thickening up the sound, and like you said, that's the experience that you get when you see this band. And hey, maybe you guys do a fucking weird tour where you do some unplugged fucking thing one time for the fuck of it. Maybe not, but like
Playing at all hot topics across the nation.
Yeah. Crunkcore style.
fuck.
We've done
Shout out, I set my friends on fire. Yeah.
We've done some fucking like unplugged stuff before, because our guitar player Gabe, he's like a classically trained pianist. Like his piano is his main thing. So a lot of times when we do a stripped down set, like I'll just get on acoustic guitar, he plays piano, and then we have like a kind of smaller drum, like cocktail style drum kit. And we have like versions of all the songs we could do, because they're just very like, it's not like it relies too heavily on the electronic stuff. Electronic stuff is there to emphasize it, but there's still an element of like songwriting where there's chords and there's melodies, and it can be translated into a different feel and genre. So, I think anybody who wants like a version of Cheem that sounds like that, we have like videos on our YouTube and a thing on our Bandcamp where we're doing exactly that. So yeah, you can have it both ways.
How trained in general is the Cheem team across the board? Like classically trained in the light, because like I hear the drums and I'm like, okay, this is a like professionally like this motherfucker's been playing for a while. Like I was reading like church bands and stuff like that. Like across the board, talking about classically trained pianists. Like, are you guys were you all music nerds like that?
That's the
Great
thing. It's like
question.
there's very different levels of training in Sheen. So like Gabe has been learning piano since he was like a small child. Like he's been doing that, and it's also something he's interested in. It's not like his parents were just like making him do it, and he's like, yeah, I learned, fucking Beethoven, and gave up. Like he's really into like neo soul and jazz and stuff like that. So he took it sideways and did
Sick.
his own thing with it. I am not trained. I taught myself guitar, drums, bass, turntables, vocals,
Taught
whatever.
yourself fucking turntables,
Production, yeah.
dog. Like you're sounding pretty trained to me.
Thanks. Sean is not trained either. Sean's self-taught, right? That's our drummer.
Yeah, so for Sean, he literally just had a copy of Rock Band in his basement and started playing drums. It was pretty good at it, and his parents bought him a kit.
Yeah. They were like, okay, if you're gonna play this fucking game so much, let's get you a real drum kit. And then
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, he's really
he's very
like a
dedicated. Though. He's a
prodigy.
fucking workhorse. That dude sheds our songs more than
Yeah.
anybody in our band sheds our songs. It's just
Yeah,
because like he needs to drive the
He
bus live.
emphasizes practicing. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And I am classically trained vocals, and then in college I studied jazz voice, which was the only option I had for something that was contemporary, and now I'm in a punk band.
I was gonna say, had an interview last night, I think it was, where I was like, you guys realize before like 2004 or so, like we didn't really have to know how to sing to be singers in this genre kind of thing. Like before like Patrick Stump kind of came along, kind of fucked it up. Like before that, you kind of just fucking sang through your nose,
Tom DeLonge style. Love that shit.
Right? Yeah,
Tom
you just
style.
were you a Tom or a Mark? Yeah. How did you go from being like classically trained vocalist and doing this and jazz vocals and then kind of ending up in this type of world in general? What's your emo alternative origin story?
Well, sorry, it's my cat chicken.
Oh, hi.
The first
Oh,
CD
no, yeah,
that I
cats are
ever
welcome.
picked up, he's a very handsome man. The first CD I ever picked up was A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. So I was always into emo music. Like my mom and my parents are pretty young. So through them I discovered a lot of 90s alternative music. Two of my dad's favorite bands are Sublime and Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so I was and my mom's into a lot of just like TLC and a lot of like I don't know how to describe it, like the coffee shop pop music
They're
from the
like
90s.
Your mom fucks with Aaliyah.
baby
That's cool.
faced. Yeah, the baby face to like that kind of Corinne Ray Bailey, Scott whatever. Yeah, the go put your record kind of in between. Yeah. Interesting. How old? This is gonna fuck me up probably. How old are you when you get your hands on Fever?
I think I got that CD when I was like, because it was a few years after it came out. Probably I was 11, maybe 12, and
God damn
yeah,
it.
I was like, I remember making a MySpace account when I was like 12 years old. Probably shouldn't have been on there. This is like I don't know, early. It was the end of MySpace, so no one was really on there. But I was like, I want to be an emo kid, and I have to make a MySpace in order to do that.
It was pretty quintessential at the time, like yeah.
Yeah, it was a dead website, but I thought I was super cool. It's possible that the page is still up if you search my full name and then MySpace. You might be able to find my old profile with like songs I wrote when I was 12 or 13. So
Sick.
The ukulele
little
stuff.
Easter egg for anyone that listens to this, you might be able to find a really cringy account of me.
Yeah, we're in charge. You and your MySpace name, you just used your regular name. You didn't even you didn't come with like a cool emo alter ego with some X's on it or something?
My alter ego is Sam Naz, Nazz.
Yeah, your full last name is longer than that, so I guess you just truncated it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Still keep
My
good
last name
branding
is-
across the board too.
My last name is Nazaretian, which is a lot harder to say. So I was like, Sam Naz.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that sounds like, and Sam Naz sounds like it kind of stands for something almost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And I
got
had
an
an extra
efficiency
C
to
because
it.
I thought it was cool.
You got a what?
Yeah. Did you do the double Z? Is there normally the double Z?
No. My last name normally has one Z, but I added two because I thought that was cool.
Bro. Yeah, I got two B's. The one of these I just fucking is aesthetics. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Looks
It
like you
just
had the
it looks
same
sick.
spot.
The one just doesn't work. Yeah, the two. I don't know. When I was 9, I loved wrestling, and the Road Dogg Jesse James from the
Yo.
New Age Outlaws would come out, and he'd be like,
Oh, you
it's
didn't
me, it's the
know?
D-O-double-G." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, my name, I've spelt it like this for fucking 26 years because of the Road Dogg
Let's
Jesse
go.
James.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, yeah, and I also, let me just say, I have some borderline new metal credentials as well here. Before he was a grifter MAGA person, Bawa to Ba era Kid Rock, rather new metal adjacent.
Yeah, 100%.
My first email address was Kid Robb, 2 B's at
Kid
this point,
Robb.
at kidrock.com.
No fucking way.
That is so sick.
That's tight.
Yeah. These are things that I was pretty ashamed of for a while. And now I've come around and just been like, no, that's pretty fucking, yeah, I can live with that.
Damn.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, I remember
I have
my friend's
I have
mom
the
showed
new
me
metal
fucking like
credentials.
Devil Without a Cause when I was super young. Fucking call me Joe C.
I
Got more game than
the
Coleco.
CD. Yeah, 3'9" with the 10-foot dick
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I thought that shit was so cool. I remember like thinking about the logistics of it. I was 10. I'm like, oh, you must like be rolling it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Too much thought about it. Rest in peace, Joe C. I guess
Fair
you know. Before I move on and think of anything else, while we're on the topic of new metal, can you give me a Mount Rushmore of new metal?
Ooh. Like as far as like our favorites or like just like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Yeah.
For me, it's got to be Linkin Park 311. Oh man, it's gonna be tough to decide between Deftones and Incubus, but I gotta put Slipknot up there because I fucking burnt out that self-title. I had it on CD back in the day. I listened to that so much on the school bus. So yeah, you probably those four. I think I'll go with Incubus just because like Deftones is they're getting their flowers elsewhere. They don't need it for me. I gotta put Incubus up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Deftones are doing well.
What about you, Sam?
Incubus gets more love.
You a top four, Sam, or no?
Oh, I wasn't sure if I should add it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, let's go.
I mean, I guess Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Incubus. That's 3. Slipknot and Korn.
Oh, you had an extra one. Nice.
I feel
Oh,
like
my
that's
bad.
That's a rundown. No, you can put as many people on the mountain as you want. You get to build it yourself,
Tight.
I like to hear that.
right? Yeah, no, it's free for all. So the new record, it looks like you guys kind of had like a hand in it all across the board, like production wise. You know, I just see your guys' names across all the credits on everything. I don't see a label, you know, things like that. Like this is, you know, at Spirit DIY as fuck. It appears,
Oh, yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah, our guitarist Gabe went to school for music production, so what happens a lot of times, the demos for the songs, I'll introduce a lot of those auxiliary electronic elements at home, and then I record the guitars direct in with an amps in. So he gets those stems into Pro Tools, and then when we went to track drums, like he's taking those stems, he's tracking bass, he's tracking vocals, he mixes it all. Like, and then we'll sit in on mixing sessions and stuff, but for the most part, like it's just him like finessing everything, and he has a shit ton of plugins that he's acquired over the years to make everything sound nice. And we spent all this time, just massaging the sounds, everything to get it to sound good because we have very, very high standards. Yeah, and then after
I was
that,
gonna say it sounds fucking great.
thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of headaches over trying to make sure it sounded as great as possible, but it's it's worth it in the end. I think everything the Spirit is very DIY. Like Sam does our music videos, I do the artwork, I did the album cover. We try to keep it in house because it's just easier than explaining shit to other people. It's like let's just figure out how to do this stuff ourselves, because otherwise, like
especially if you have like a specific vision for things like that. Yeah, you're gonna.
we do have one
Someone else
person
is
we
gonna
trust for
recreate it,
not
drums.
the
We
same.
have exactly one guy. His name is Matt Murphy. He's friends
Yep.
with Gabe. He like engineers our drums. Like we do them with him. Like he'll set up the mics and stuff and engineer the session for that with the help of Gabe. But other than that, the only other outside force that had a hand in this record was Angel Markwood, who mastered it. She did a great job. She is like, I remember I saw a tweet of hers about like people like do you ever heard the genre vaporwave? You familiar with vaporwave?
Yeah.
Yeah. She made a tweet where it's like vaporwave artists like you got to do this to your master, like roll off the 20K and above before you like do like this other and I'm like, okay, if somebody cares this much about vaporwave, like they're gonna understand what we're doing. Like they're gonna yeah,
understand the exact vision you have.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why we was one of the reasons we went with her. And another reason is because she makes music under multiple aliases that we really enjoy, and it was just like, all right, this is somebody who's professional opinion and work we respect. So yeah, we'll take the mastering there. But other than that, yeah, all Cheem.
How much of that do you feel is like, I mean, you have to like kind of be weighing, like, is there, I imagine there's times where you maybe wish like you could delegate things to other people or have other stuff involved, because if you're having to run every department of the Cheem, of the Cheem LLC here and stuff like that, as well as Cheem Creative and all that stuff across the board, like it could be tough. Like you're getting it exactly like you want it, but do you find like at the end of the day, like you're still satisfied with just like you get to go, you get to go home with this being exactly the project the way you want it to be? Or do you sometimes feel that maybe that could be like a hindrance? Like, well, fuck, if like, would someone else do that, maybe I could be more free to book a tour or book this or that if we hire, had someone else do this, but you're gonna compromise on shit.
There's a few things. I feel like anything that we would have that complaint for is more of like an administrative reason. For instance, I'm basically running our web store, and we did a pre-order for the album. We have hundreds of orders that now I have to fulfill, which is
Yeah,
like,
like what the bro? I fucking turned into like an Amazon fucking distributor, like
yeah, I'm like
drop ship.
I'm
You're
like
like a drop shipping bro all of a sudden.
yeah, which is like I'm really thankful that people want to buy our stuff, but I would rather be doing all the cool stuff for the band instead of just running a web store, which is, I mean, once again, very thankful that we have the
Yeah, it's
privilege
cool.
of being a band that can sell our own merch online. But yeah, it's the UPS, or I'm sorry, UFPS worker is going to hate me.
Yeah, yeah. Not gonna be stoked. Yeah, it's a lot of blouses going out. Yeah, yeah.
I think we just try to outsource the stuff we don't
Yeah,
find any joy in. Like we don't really like booking and we don't like managing and sending emails. So our manager Abby handles a lot of his stuff. Our booking agent Pat
Shout out
books our
Abby. Yeah,
tours. Like, we pretty much are like, all right, let's try to focus our energies on the
Mr.
areas that
Pat,
we
the
like.
Pat,
Pat what?
the Pat, Mr. Pat, Pat the
Pat
cat.
the cat, yeah. Save the cat.
yes,
Yes,
Shout out Pat.
seems
the
to be
goat.
the. Yeah, I was gonna say seems to be widely regarded as the fucking man. Yeah,
He looks it up
Yeah.
in the emo scene, yeah, definitely.
We just did a
yeah,
really
yeah.
successful tour thanks to Pat, and almost a month ago now we got home. God. Um yeah. Yeah,
Who was
I
this
mean
run
there's
with?
obviously, if we had a budget to make our music even more out of this world, I'm sure we would, certainly take advantage of it. But we have, worked with what we have, and that has been DIY. Like it's been all DIY efforts since we've started. So we're really thankful that we can do a lot of the work on our own, and it was obviously required 10,000 hours of practice because I mean only now we're seeing positive results from the band, and it's been years of us working at it
Yeah, of
alone.
course. Yeah,
So it can happen, I think a lot of bands should try to do as much as they can on their own and not have to expect to put money on every single resource for creating a record, because it gives you character, and you learn your mistakes, let the mistakes happen, and then make the next thing that you do better.
Yeah.
um
I think the commitment to staying DIY over the years is what's let us get to this point where it's like, okay, we can turn out a product we're satisfied with on our own. Whereas like in the past, I think there's probably stuff we've done where I'm like, ah man, I wish we did that better, but we'll get them on the next one. You know what I mean? But because we've committed to it,
Mhm.
now it's like, okay, we did it. We're satisfied with this.
and
And
the
there's still
stakes are
that.
low
Yeah,
because
there's
we're doing everything ourselves. Sorry to interrupt you.
no. I was gonna say, and it comes back on like there's an extra level of accountability thing. Well, like if it sucks, it's on you more than you can't, oh, this fucking producer that we worked with, or we went to this studio, like, oh, we could, like, it's on you for better or for worse. And like, that's comforting in the sense of like, you can do this, like shout out Frank Sinatra or whatever, you can do it your way kind of
Yeah.
thing. Shout out Burger King, I guess.
Yeah, we can have it our
Would have
way.
been better. You can
Have it
have it
our
your way.
way.
Yeah. Whopper, Whopper.
Um,
Shout out BK.
I would love for the future team to be able to work with someone that would give us a budget so that we can just make the most insane thing possible. Um, I always have so many. Skye has ideas too. Like we both have really out of this world ideas, which is why I really like working with Skye and Cheem because we really think out of the box. And but 90% of the time we can't make our dreams happen. But the fact that we have the big dreams makes me want to be like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do this crazy thing. Let's do like 5 to 6 music videos. Like let's do like this. Let's do that. Like and see how much we can do on our own. And I mean, like the truth is, like life does get in your way. Like we all have jobs, and we have like our personal lives. So hey, if we had like some backing, I'm sure that we could make something really fucking ridiculous. Which is, I guess, one of my end goals.
Yeah, I feel like with the success of like Turnstile, like if this was the old days, there'd be labels going and finding bands and just like they'd throw like $100,000 at you to go make a record. Like we need someone like looking for the next Turnstile to be like just like it's adjacent enough, it's close enough to you,
Yeah.
like you could trick them and then you get their money and then like go fucking wild in there with that like 90s style budget, because like you
Yeah,
guys do like for doing it so DIY, like you're saying like, oh, we can try for this and it's like the, shoot for the moon, you'll still land amongst the clouds kind of thing, like you guys still kind of hit the fucking moon. Like I said, like
Thank you.
the new record is like, it feels very much like you're actually like, it's a vibe. Like feels like a moment down to like the packaging, like the lab, like the cover art and stuff like that.
Thank
Like
you.
it just, it's so fucking well connected like that. It's like, okay, well you can sleep easy knowing almost like, oh, we did this ourselves. Cool. Like you kind of created like a little world.
Yeah, that's the goal. So you think you hit the nail on the head with that one. That's like exactly how we feel about it. We're kind of it's the same way with our audience. Like we're really building an audience from scratch. Like we're thankful for every single person that gets turned on to Cheem via a friend or they found it on Instagram or whatever because it's like there's not really much of a precedent. We can't tell people like, hey, if you like this artist, you'll definitely like us. There's no one-to-one like way to
It's
know.
tough,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
There's little moments or something like that but you can't really express it that way,
exactly.
And you
which
guys,
like
where did we start at? Like you guys are Northeast, right? Like Connecticut.
Yeah, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
yeah, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay, I've never been over there. I've never been over
It's all
there at
good.
all.
But we've
Wow,
never been to I've never been
fascinating.
to California, so
Not missing much. I hear you have the best pizza in Connecticut.
New Haven supposedly has the best pizza. Like this might be blasphemous, but I'm really a New York style kind of guy. Like New Haven pizza is cool, and people say it's the best, but New York slices are
Is that the
fucking.
kind of shit that can get you fucking thrown out of the state or something like that? Like, is this gonna get you some like fucked up
They can
like
try. I don't know.
Dude, it's
like
on the welcome
yeah,
signs. Like best pizza in the
To be
country.
fair, if you're gonna get a
right?
New
It's,
York style slice, there's a lot of really good places in Connecticut to get it that are better than slices I've had in New York. So I don't know. Maybe that's what
We
it's all
should go
about.
tomorrow.
okay, that works. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get
he's
some
safe
pizza.
faced there, right there. Yeah, the Connecticut PR people behind him, like,
It's like, fucking shit. You better say the shit about the pizza.
what? Right? Yeah, shut the fuck up. The New Haven shit. Yeah, it's all fuck, the PR is good. Were you when you guys started out, like, started playing shows, and like, was it much of a process of like, how long were we more of like a local band before we kind of became more of like a connected in like the national scene and started being able to tour and the like?
I mean, honestly, I would say that that 2019 tour with Gami was like the moment where like we kind of put ourselves on the map and we're like, okay, we're gonna make connections on this tour and we're gonna make connections online. Like we spent the earlier part of COVID just really trying to connect with bands via like Twitter and Instagram and just you know not like network for the sake of networking, but just like make friends and figure out what's up and like who's who and where things are happening. Just like get in touch with the scene instead of just being like, all right, we know what's happening in Connecticut, but like what else? Like that was sort of those 2 years, 2019 to 2020, were important for us. Like building a fan base. So that once like restrictions were lifted post COVID, we were like, all right, let's hit the ground running. Like let's hit a bunch of markets that we never hit. Because we did like a tour
Yeah,
or
no
two
shit.
before that point, but it was very like really DIY, kind of informal, like not always booked the best. Like the shows were kind of like, you know, we were playing like somebody's
We were
house or
children.
something, but then sometimes you're playing some fucking bar and like there's nobody there. So it's like, all right, let's try to play like the spots now. Let's try to play with
Yeah.
bands that are doing stuff and taking it seriously the way we are, and just get that network going.
That's a tough like trial and error period too, though.
Mhm.
You got to kind of figure that stuff out the hard way sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Pretty thankful for COVID to happen because even though we couldn't tour, we were able to just sit on
Cheem
all of our
pro COVID,
music
yeah.
and make the vision happen when we were able to finally start touring. I think our first tour that we did was October 22. We played the fest.
Mhm.
And you
Damn.
know, ever since then we were locked in, like we were the tightest we've ever been. We were just ready to play, as many shows as possible. And yeah, ever since then, like we've done some hefty tours. Like we just did like a 3-week tour. And we got some plans for next year, looking to do some cool shit, try to play some new places. We're gonna play out of America for the first time next year, so that's cool.
Out of America, damn. That's ominous. That kind of leaves things open ended. That could mean like Canada. That could mean fucking Bahamas. I guess it could mean like
Brazil,
Long Island. It's not continental.
Yeah, true.
exactly.
Could be,
Uh,
yeah. That leaves a lot of options there.
we get a lot of people asking us to play Brazil, like not even as a joke, like seriously, come to Brazil.
I think they were our number 5
And
country
then
on our Spotify Wrapped.
I believe you. Yeah, no. Brazilians, like South Americans, like they don't fucking play with rock music. Like they love this shit.
they love Cheem. And we also had this rap new metal. She does like rapping but also like screaming, and she's really fucking sick. She's featured on our song Elastic. Her name is MC Taya, and on her feature she sang in English and Portuguese, which was really really fucking cool. And one of my goals is to like actually cross paths with her and perform that song together. I think we have to go to
Damn.
Brazil for that one.
Yeah.
I think we can pull this off. Yeah. Yeah, no, Brazilians have always known to go fucking hard like that. And I think logistically, like it's tough to get tours down there too. It's just they don't have the same infrastructure. But like I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys remember absolutepunk.net. Like had an interview with Jason Tate a couple weeks ago, and I was like, what was the worst day in absolute punk history? And like he's like, oh, is the day like Brazil was on, or the day Paramore came on, the site crashed. Like they came on for a Q&A, and I was like, it was the fucking Brazilians, right? Like he's like basically like so many like I remember the same thing happening on like Twitter once. I'm just like, bro, like shout out Brazil. Like if anyone from Brazil is listening to this, like they are dedicated. Like they love their fucking bands. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you have like 500 monthly listeners in Brazil, 485 of them will show up at the show. Like, yeah,
It was
I
a
would.
decent
Yeah, I would.
amount. I couldn't believe it. So I'm sure that if we played Brazil, it would be wild.
Yeah, no matter what happened, it'd be wild.
Right. Right. Yeah. Good time either way. Yeah. Free trip. Yeah. I hear they have nice stuff. Who did we tour with like last month then?
We toured with a band called Sports. We did a few dates with them, and then we did like a few headlining shows. And some of our headlining shows featured the bands Old Soul and Cinema Stare. Um, and yeah, it was definitely our most successful tour. We
What
played a
an
lot of really good shows.
incestuous world here. This is so funny. You're like a band called Sports, as if like every single band that comes on here doesn't just like obsess over sports. Like
They're amazing.
fucking yeah, yeah, yeah. They're on the
They're
Mount
great.
Rushmore. Yeah, they're yeah. And Cinema Stare and Old Soul. You mentioned them. I'm like, oh, I think we have Cinema Stare like next week, and then Old Soul like a couple weeks after that. I was like, this is such a small
Small
world,
world for sure.
Oh, in the
right?
world of DIY punk and emo, it's
Right?
a small
Yeah.
world. But yeah, it
That
was an amazing tour, very successful. We played Texas for the first time, and that was on our bucket list as a band. And yeah, it just gave us high hopes for the Cheemy future. We really like playing shows, and I'm amazed that people will come and see us live and follow us multiple nights. It's pretty surreal. So music speaks.
There did so you mentioned like kind of getting online like a few, like pandemic era, like getting online and like, networking and just like buddying up with bands and stuff like that. Who were some of the first ones that you kind of like, formed a little bit of a connection with?
I think I just had a list of like bands that had played like Focellas in the past or like Fest in the past, and I just would like make fake memes where
You're
I
like,
would
fuck,
talk
they've
shit
been on
about them.
Excellency,
Like I would just make a meme that was like kind of talking harmless shit, and I did this series where it was like starting beef with every single DIY band until we can either play a show with or fight them in person.
fucking
And I did
genius.
that every day for a while. So
It was like
some of the
months.
who I don't remember who the first one. I think like Equipment was one of the early ones.
Yeah.
I think we did it with just some of our
Riley.
Riley was an early one. There are a lot of
Yeah,
bands that are
Ryle sounds
canceled now, a
familiar.
lot of bands that are broken up now, but at the time they were popping off and shit like that.
There was a little wave there. Yeah, they had to clear a little wave out there for a minute
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And
Yeah.
pandemic things were tough. Yeah, there's not a lot going on. So yeah, people were started doing bad. Yeah, I don't know. But
We'll start
seems
with
to be
that.
good right now, actually. Like a major lack of cancelable bands right
Which is
now, I'll
good.
say.
There's no complaints here.
It's very good, yeah. I can say that I don't think none of y'all anyone that I talk to on here seems like a fucking creep at all.
Phenomenal.
Fucking yeah, which yeah, and a lot of accountability and stuff in the scene in general. So that's good. That's funny though. Like I did the same thing. Like you, like with Origami Angel. Like I got Ryland on the show because I was just like one night I was just like day one of publicly defaming Ryland Higi of Origami Angel until he comes on our podcast. And I was like, this motherfucker's going to fast food restaurants and filling up water cups with Dr. Pepper. I was like, I have proof of this. And like, I tagged Dr. Pepper. And within like 15 minutes, he got back to me. It was he's like, let's run it, gang. He's like, by the way, Dr. Pepper sells that syrup. Like, they got their money.
Yeah.
And he DMs me like right away, like, let's cook. And I'm like, all right, like, when you free? Thinking, like 3 months. He's like, we finished our tour on Saturday. I'll be home next week. Want to do Wednesday? I'm like, all right, fuck it, Ryland. Like, yeah.
Good shit.
That was easier than it should. Yeah, people are like, "What the fuck?" Like that took you like that was one day.
No, he's a fucking.
I was like, yeah, I really thought I was gonna have to do that on Twitter for like, yeah, like for a couple weeks until I got tired or forgot about it.
He's a good dude, man. He's
But-
fucking. We just saw him in DC because he came out to the show we played there. And it'd been a while since we saw him. We were like asking him like how fucking Japan was and stuff. Like they're doing so well. I'm so happy with them because him and Pat are two like the nicest fucking dudes like ever, and two of the realest and most hardworking people.
absolute sweethearts. And really just I think one of the most talented bands. And you guys probably have a similar like kinship there where it's the same thing where like I mean, I know with Gami, like they'll get shit, even they'll get these weird detractors who are like, oh, it's all tracks, it's all this and that. Ryland did the same thing basically, where he's like, this is our rig rundown, this is the equipment we use, this is what's fucking on these tracks. Like, and it's like, shut the fuck up, you know.
There's not even
stop fucking. But
he was explaining there's not even like harmonies in the tracks. They just run a vocoder over his vocals, so it's like he's singing and then it's just vocoding whatever he's putting it through the mic to a different pitch. So it's like it's all live pretty much.
Yeah, he's not doing. Yeah, it's not like fucking rapper shit where he has like the fucking backing track harmonies going or something like he's singing it. It's just fucking. They're using the little fucking the vocoder pedal bullshit to make it fucking 3 of him instead. Like it's all him.
If you're gonna push the boundaries of emo like that, you want to represent it accurately and like genuinely live. And I think in order to do that, just having the expensive, because he's like a gear nerd too, so it's he fucking built that shit. Like it just. I don't know. It's one of those things that is born out of passion, and you can tell. I think if you see them or if you talk to them about it, like it's not like a fucking we're covering up for our lack of skill. Because if you fucking watch them, they're talented. Like they're playing the parts. You know what I mean? It's cool. I really respect them.
No, hell yeah. That's super cool. So you guys got to get like sunned by Origami Angel early almost in a weird situation where like they're kind of new too, like they're obviously, like they have some EPs by that point, but that's their first LP, like this and that.
We were supposed to be on Holy Split.
That you guys
the split they did with
really?
Commander Salamander, was another great band. They asked us originally to be on that split, and we were in the middle of working on our mixtape at the time. We were like, sorry, like we can't, like we're just really like balls deep in this other project right now, and like we just don't have extra tracks to like. Honestly, in retrospect, kind of regret it. Would have probably just been fine to say yes and cut 2 tracks on a mixtape. But
Yeah.
at the time we were like, no, and that's how we've always been. We're very like headstrong about our vision and trying to get our shit done. So
Yeah,
I don't think
There
we
we
could have
go.
changed our mind.
That's the same thing I was saying. Like it's live and die by your decisions. There, it's like you're like it's like maybe we should have done that, but either way, like you fucking made that
Yeah,
call.
exactly.
yeah, and we're proud of that mixtape.
Yeah, and we're proud. The fucking Holy Split is awesome too. I would have. Those are 2 of my favorite Commander Salamander songs. So I wouldn't have wanted to live in a world without them being on
I
it.
think it
Here.
still works out.
Yeah.
Still works out great. Yeah, everyone wins. Everyone eats, as they
Mhm.
say. Yeah. But is there any bands that you guys now are kind of like maybe have taken under your wing? Some like some little Cheem children, anything like that? Some little Cheem cherubs,
I
little
don't know.
Cheemers.
We're kind of we do a lot of. We're very like in our own lane to the point where even when there's younger bands that we play with, like even if we gave them our blessing, I don't think it would have any effect on what they're doing because it's just they're so different from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah,
Like Red Sun is a younger band that we're tight with, and we toured with them, and like we just saw them in OKC, and it's like we don't sound anything like them, but like there's they're Trace from Red Sun is like, oh yeah, like I love Cheem, I listen to Cheem, like I'll put some like extra synths and shit into the Red Sun stuff, and I'll like think of Cheem while I'm doing it. And it's just like, I mean, it's super flattering, like to hear that kind of stuff, and I
is
wish them the best. But they're
the
low key doing like as well as us, if not better than us right now. So it's like, I don't know, I wouldn't call anybody under our wing. We're just trying to.
less of like a junior varsity type shit, more of like like you're a little newer to this. Maybe I could show you some shit I already learned that sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. We have bands
Speaking
that we're like
of Red
peers with,
Sun
but
though,
yeah. Oh, what'd you say?
that
Oh yeah,
that
they
Oh,
dropped
yeah,
the
the
song
new Red
today.
Sun Slays.
they dropped a song and that record is very good. Very good
Yeah,
record. Very excited for the world to hear that. Holy shit. Let me just
they
say,
got big things coming.
Yeah. Red Sun, the new hot mulligan. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I think so. Speaking of like 2026, though, we have this record out now. We got some tour plans lined up we can't talk about. Sounds like. What else is in the plan for the the Cheem calendar of 2026?
I think people can expect if they like the record, there will be some more stuff that they will like in 2026 from us. I can't elaborate too much on that right now or what that means or what form or shape it will take, but they haven't heard The Last
Okay,
of Us.
open ended.
And we'll have some cool stuff to go along with these tours that we're going to be going on next year. I think people are going to be stoked about it.
Hell yeah. What is before I let you go, one more question here. What is your personal favorite song on this fucking record? Each of you. It's like, picking a kid. Pick your favorite kid here, basically, is what this segment's called.
Do you have a favorite that you can say off the dome, or because I need like a
They
second
have
to
to be
decide?
mean to my children.
Yeah, pick a
My
child, yeah.
children. I don't know. Like it always changes. I one thing I will say is just like a final thought for our music is I think with the goal for Cheem is we always want to make music that we feel like the world is missing and or is missing to our ears. So selfishly, a lot of the music is for what we want to hear in a song. And I mean, I'm sure that you can, agree with that, Skye, since
Yeah.
you do build a lot of the songs and you get the ideas. It's like, damn, like, wouldn't it be sick if there was like a ska song that had the aesthetics of like vaporwave slash cruiser arrow type shit, and then we make it. Um, uh, so I love all of the songs from that we've built for this record, which actually do include a lot of the stuff from our 2 EPs, Fast and Faster Fashion. A lot, basically everything was written at the same time, but we had like this record that was a cohesive picture of us in this time period, and then we had extra stuff. We're like, all right, why don't we just throw these in EPs?
Sick.
So one song that I always come back to is the song called Unlimited. It's actually off our EP, Faster Fashion. And then from the record, I don't know, like, why on earth? When I first heard that song, I think I listened to it like 500 times. I'm not kidding. I would listen to that song wake up,
That was the one.
put on Why on Earth, go to bed with Why on Earth on. Like, yeah, that song just like hit me in that time, and like I think a lot of the lyricism is like really, I don't know, it's special. I think one thing that Skye and the rest of the band really tried to strive for is for all of our songs to like hit you in a certain way on this release.
They
Whether
fucking
that's like
they
a
really do
punch,
though. It's
Thank you.
like that Gorilla Glue song, that melody, that da 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 da, like it feels like I'm like this. Is this it's like 500 video games in one. Is this less than Jake? Is this fucking what? Like it's so many things that like yeah, like it just. I don't feel a lot of things when I listen to music as much anymore as I get old. Like, I mean, I still, that sounds like fucking cynical, but like, especially like, I'm listening to things like as they come in, like trying to like write reviews or things like that, or like find bands that I think fit. I'm like thinking things like analytically or like interest wise, or a lot of the time, or like, oh, I enjoy this. This is good. This is, but like really like feeling something like you guys, this record especially, like it feels like it makes me feel something that is missing, like you said, Sam. Like this doesn't exist right now, and like it needs to exist because things are fucked up. And I think if other people can hear something and start thinking about the video game they played in the summer of '99 instead of whatever they're thinking about right now, like probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that as long as, for me on the record, my favorite, like my two favorites, I go back and forth between Password and TMZ because I always like the weirder shit. Because like for me, like the heavier songs, like they come very naturally for me. Like it's a lot easier to write those. So when we can accomplish something that's like out of the box or like a little bit like, left field, and it still makes the record like it's good enough where we're like, damn, like this is a great hook. This is emotionally resonant. The production is like slick. It's just it deserves to go on the record. Like that feels like more of a lofty achievement than like another Gorilla Glue or Pivot where it's just like, yeah, it's a Cheem song. You know what I mean? Like heavy guitars and record
Like this
scratches and all that
feels
shit.
quintessential Cheem,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, and it's funny you say it because those two to me, like when I've sent your record, when I've sent your music to people, I'll send one of those two songs specifically. I'm like, these sum it up basically to me.
Yeah.
Like the first track really sets a tone, and then I think like, yeah, Gorilla Glue is like the like straightforward, like quintessential, like catchy one. Like that's the single there, whatever. Like in my eyes, like
yeah,
one of these is gonna get you. But then yeah, you get in there and it's like this is a weird world. Yeah, it's less like I'm playing one specific PlayStation 1 game. It's more like one of those demo
Yeah, the
games that
demo
had
discs.
like the disc that had like the 8 games on it. You get like the first level of all of them. You could play like the first quarter, the
yeah.
first track.
Yeah.
Vibe switch, which is something that we strive for, and I love I love Gorilla Glue. I was the one that really pushed that single, um, and I agree. I think it's super catchy. It just like hits you. It's very quintessential Cheem. So I'm glad that you agree that Pivot and Gorilla Glue are the ones that are kind of like
Because I fought for
you should
Pivot
check
because
this
Pivot
out.
wasn't going to be on the record. I wrote it really late and I was like,
Oh, that's
no,
such a
it
sick
has to be on the
star.
record.
Like, no, seriously. That's the I remember like hearing that and I sent it to my friend CZB. I'm just like, this is very you coded. I'm like, just wait, just wait. And like seriously that like there's that little stop right there, and then it comes in like I'm just
Thank you.
like what the fuck? Like I said, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
so I'm glad you
Yeah.
picked the two tracks that me and Sam really both individually fought for. It's like, no, this is a single. Like this is the one. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Fuck. Yeah. Well, fucking great job. Before I let you guys go, can you tell these people where they can find you on the internet, and again how to properly say it so we don't have people walking around here for like 18 months just saying fucking Keem and I don't know. Look like
We
Chem. Look like Chem.
Cam
That has an H.
Sheem Sheem. I don't know this. I don't know how else you could do the chest sound, but we go as Cheem, and we you can find all of our music if you just search cheem.net. Honestly, if you find our website, you could find everything that you want to know about Cheem. Buy our swag, listen to our music, watch our videos, join our Discord, follow us on Instagram, and watch us all of our Instagram reels. Welcome to our world. Like the the pool party is really fun. So everyone's welcome.
Everybody jump in.
The fact that you let off your fucking like promo stuff with a fucking .net, that true to the fucking commitment of this early 2000s feeling I get with your music. Beautiful. I appreciate you guys. I fucking love Cheem. I have an album of the year list coming out. I'm supposed to have it ready tomorrow. I don't know if it's actually gonna come out like in the actual morning before this episode. It's supposed to be in the morning, but I gotta write like 8 paragraphs for like I gotta write about like the Kerosene Heights. It's a lot,
That's a lot.
but you're on it. You're
No,
on it. You'll see.
thank
I'll
you.
post, but you guys are on it. You guys are
Much
on that
appreciated.
motherfucker. So yeah, yeah. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the next day. But either way, I appreciate you for coming on and keep fucking killing it and keep being fucking weird and being you.
Thank you so much for having us. It was
We'd
a
hope
pleasure.
to see you at shows sometime.
Yeah. I hope to
We'll
make it to your
definitely
neck of
come
the
out
woods.
to California. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Appreciate you guys.
This show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators dedicated to keeping the spirit of the scene alive. Our network of creators make social media content, they share music news and reviews, and of course bring you great podcast content. For more information, please visit neveraphasenetwork.com and follow Never a Phase Network on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kid Anonymous. Check it out, you did.